Okay, this is a video that we're putting together. This is a Lighthouse Hydro 4 foot by 4 foot by 6.5 foot grow tent, and we're going to be putting this together today for you. You'll notice that everything's separated after you take it out of the box into 4 sections. We've got the side pieces, side supports, which are all the way to the right. We've got the ceiling and floor members right here. We've got the ceiling hangers and light hangers. We've got the corner joint pieces. And lastly, we actually have the tent material itself. So if we look over here, you'll notice that not all of these side rods are the same. Some have slightly tapered ends, and those are going to be the ends that get inserted into the other ones. So half of these have tapered ends, the other half don't. You'll also notice that only half of this section here, only half of them actually have holes in the sides. Those are going to be holes that the top pieces connect into. So the first thing to do is to sort the 4 of these out with tapered edges and the 4 of these out with holes in the side. Alright, now that you've got them separated, make sure that the holes are orientated in the same location. So now that you've grouped the top pieces together, you'll notice that those holes line up. Those are the forward to back pieces for the top. And you'll notice here that those 2 pieces line up. So make sure that the holes line up, because you'll see that the holes on this side are actually much closer to the end than that side. So just make sure you group them correctly. Now, the orientation of these corner pieces is very important, and sometimes it's not so clear in the instructions. You want to make sure that the long side, not the round side, but the square side, is going to be in the vertical. It's meant for the vertical pieces of the tent. So in this case, the floor is going to look like that, with the square, longer pieces in the vertical. Likewise, the top is going to be the opposite, with the square in the vertical but facing down. Now again, remember that you've separated and kept these separated. Those 8 rods were all in the same bag together. So you want to keep them together, because the ones, 4 of them tapered, 4 of them non-tapered. Those are your vertical pieces. These will connect into those to create a large vertical piece. We've got our others that are separated into and grouped into the holes and the holes. These holes with 2 points, the rods with 2 holes in them, are the rods from side to side. They connect the side stringers. Those rods with the 4 holes in them, that's going to be for your light hangers. So we're going to put this together now and put together the frame. Alright, what you're going to notice here is that I put the bottom frame together first. The most important thing is that all of the pieces are snug together. You've got your square on the vertical. Make sure that when you put in every corner that it's completely snug. If you need to, pop this up in the air, push down on it, make sure everything's tight. It's extremely important because the tent is such a close fit to the frame. Again, make sure that the corner pieces have the square and longer side vertically. Next thing we're going to do is put the verticals up. So again, those are the 8 with 4 tapered and 4 not. We're going to put the non-tapered side. Now you'll notice that on the non-tapered ones, there's a rounded side and there's a non-rounded side. So the rounded side gets put into our corner pieces. The non-rounded side is ready to accept the tapered end. So we're going to put all 4 around and do our verticals now. One more reminder, always look for the rounded end of these bottom pieces. The rounded end goes into the corner. The exposed end is the only end that's going to receive the taper. Alright, we've got our verticals installed. As you can see, it's a pretty big tent. It's going to be about 6'7", which is nice that it's shorter than the ceiling, but it's tall enough for somebody to go in and actually work inside of it. Again, make sure that the verticals are pushed all the way down to the bottom. Now we're going to be making the top. All right, here I've got the top all put together. Again, important, make sure that all the pieces are fit snug. The corner pieces, the square long part is faced downward. Now you'll also notice that the top to the grow tent is also the one that has all of the holes along each side. And you want to make sure that the hole on this side lines up with the hole on this side. And the same thing with this bar here. Now how can you tell the sides from the front and the back? The front and the back has 4 or more holes. The sides only have 2 holes. Now every tent is different and every fit is tight, but usually you're going to want to keep the holes either on the inside of the square or maybe even turned up a little towards the top. Because depending on how snug it is, when you fit in your cross members and your light hangers, you might have to twist this a little bit. So now we've got the whole frame together. Those are our top pieces, again with the square in the vertical, and we've got all of our different pieces aligned. Now, this is a square tent. You'll notice that this is the side with the 2 bars. That means that it's a side. So I might want to rotate this just so that the opening, the front opening, is going to be on our side. Okay, what we've done is we've unwrapped the tent material, the canvas, and you'll notice that on the larger tents there's 2 pieces. So what you're going to do after you open it up is you're going to look for the Lighthouse logo, which is in the upper right hand corner of the tent, and you're going to find the bottom, and you're going to unzip 3 zippers. Actually 4 and 5 are at the top, so there's 2 zippers up there, and you've got a zipper down here that goes vertical, and you've got 2 that go horizontal. And you're going to zip these all the way open in order to get to the bottom of the tent. And it's the bottom of the tent that we're going to slip into the frame first. And that second piece on the larger tents is the reflective kind of drip or secondary water catcher for the unit. Again, these tents, we only sell 2 tents in the store. We had sold the Chinese models that had the white reflective surface, and we've been carrying Hydro Hut, and we're very happy with Hydro Hut. So we're going to see how this one stacks up. The problem we had with the Chinese models were that, well, 1, they weren't designed so great, but 2, we had complaints from lots of guys, especially guys that were using any kind of HID lighting, with the off-gassing and the amount of toxic. It was actually killing the plants because the inside was not Mylar, it was a plastic, a white plastic, and you don't want to kill your plants, most of all. So it kind of eliminates the whole benefit, plus the fact that this Mylar reflects a hell of a lot better than white plastic does. Alright, what we've got here finally is wrangling the base, the bottom part of the tent, onto the frame. You'll notice that all 4 corners are in the bottom of the frame, and you've got the tent completely unzipped on the bottom on 3 sides, which allows all of that material in the back, that is the top, the back, and the sides, and actually the front doors. So all of that is connected, still connected to the bottom through that back side. And so once you get your bottom frame in, the fun part is to come. Now on any tents any larger than this, you're probably going to need more than 1 person to help you out, because the canvas material is heavy. You do get sweaty and you do get hot wrangling all that material around, but the results in the end are definitely worth it.